Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I hope this video finds you well. For those of you that are new, my name is JTX, and today I'm going to be talking about stream teams. There are many different kinds of stream teams all over Twitch, but the most problematic are the factions that I like to call networking teams. So what are networking stream teams? Well, networking stream teams are usually a group led by a couple of individuals that promise to help smaller streamers grow. They also usually profess to be cultivating an environment that is good for networking, for other people meeting each other, and that it's a positive space where people can just hang out. So as an example on this episode, I'm going to be using the Crow Fam networking stream team. I mentioned them before in my previous video, and they were very unhappy about the critique they received. Now, they did retaliate with many insults, including some interesting ones like this one about having unwashed balls. But also they did ask me to explain exactly what the problem is between throwing insults. So first up, the problem with the team being almost exclusively full of streamers. A streamer's priority is always going to be their own content. And that makes sense, right? They're going to put themselves first. They have to in that situation. Particularly if you're a small streamer, you've probably got a job or some kind of commitment that's not going to allow you a load of time to help other people. So these smaller streamers, if they don't have much time to network, they're probably going to network with the people that can give them the biggest boost, right? Which in the case of the Crow Fam would probably be the owner of Crow Gaming, because he or one of the others around the top will have the most eyes on them. Either Crow Gaming himself or someone else with high viewership within the stream team is going to have more eyes on them than anyone else. So it makes sense for them to go and communicate with the people at the top, right? And of course, this plays into the hand of Crow Gaming because it means more people are going to congregate in his channel. And they're more likely to give those people their support because if they get a chance of a raid from them, a shout out, or any kind of mention on social media, that's probably going to get them more clout than it would another smaller streamer. Now, of course, you will see people within these teams saying that they're going to check out each other's contents. They'll go in and say hello and whatnot. And it definitely does happen, but the priority for them is always going to be with the people at the top of the pyramid. Another thing that these people will tend to do within these groups is promise to tab each other up when they stream. Now, tabbing somebody up means is that they'll have them on a tab in their browser, but they're not actually watching or listening to them. This is not to be confused with lurking, but this is definitely false engagement. Lurking means that you have them on in the background. You might be watching or listening, one or the other, or you're coming back and going, but at some point you're watching or listening to them. Whereas people will admit to having 5-6 tabs open just to give all those people an extra view. It's simply false engagement. It's a false number. They are not a viewer. But here's the thing, if you can't do that, you don't have the time to do that, or you don't have time to communicate with these people that thing's happening, guess what? Those people will stop doing it for you. So when this happens and they feel like they've hit a wall in their growth or numbers decline, it gets them quite down. But they've been given false hope by the false numbers that have been boosted by people tabbing them up. On one of my previous videos, we saw Teeny Giant admitting that a load of the Hover team were tabbing each other up whenever they were live.
That is when Capri is live. When other content creators that know GPD are live, they are going to tab him out. They all go live at 3 AM UK.
This is a tweet from somebody who was part of the Collective, a networking stream team for growth, and after the end of them, he joined the Crow Fam. As you can see, as soon as he doesn't have the time to give that same support, they stop supporting. It's super frustrating noticing my growth has completely stopped since I've started my new job. Because I have to go in office, because I can only lurk now, a lot of people have stopped coming by. There isn't a more simple way of explaining support for support. It's interesting that the other week he was boasting about raiding out with certain numbers, and now he's unable to give the support. He doesn't have those numbers anymore. I don't know what it is about these people who refuse to accept what is happening within these circles. I don't know whether it's a simple desperation, that they don't want to admit themselves that any numbers they've had have been false. I don't know whether it's because they're embarrassed, but it doesn't get much plainer than that. Okay, so let's check out a Crow Gaming stream, and we'll take a look over what's happening there. Okay, so the first thing I notice is that there is so much spam here, like so much spam. Mainly shout outs from people that come in. So that's your first law for the small streamer. Come in here, we'll shout you out. Sometimes they shout people out and spam their link 10 times, and this is the mods I'm talking about. It seems also like pretty much anyone who donates will get a shout out for their channel. Now, of course, usually you'd always shout them out saying thank you, but pretty much everyone who donates gets a shout out for their channel. So that's another law, isn't it? Hey, support me financially. You're going to get more shout outs for your channel. Jeez, that's a lot. That's a lot of shout outs.
And that's what this place is, man. I want you guys to meet new people.
So he's saying he wants them to meet new people. That's what this place is. Can people not meet new people in other places, in other streams? Couldn't they go to another stream where it's not just all streamers and make friends?
Dragus, imagine the good that could come if people spent their times working together to build each other up instead of tearing each other down. 100%, man. And that's why it's very apparent this person never tried to reach out to me in message or otherwise.
Okay, so he's talking about me there. Yes, in a perfect world, it would be great if we could always just build each other up. When we have problems, unfortunately, we do have to overcome them. And we don't just overcome those problems by letting things happen and not critiquing or questioning anything. Because do remember that all I did was critique, and what I was met with was insults. He's also saying I hadn't tried to contact him. Now, I did have some interaction with him that I'd completely forgotten about. The only direct interaction was something I replied to on his asking a question. He replied, which I didn't see, but after that I was blocked. I did reply in a thread that he was in at some point, but not directly with him.
And that shows me the true intentions of behind what they're doing.
What? Because I didn't message you first. I'd asked you a question before and you blocked me. So you're clearly not interested in any kind of discourse on this matter.
Rowdy Rob, Shermboyski, Suri Crash Money, oh yeah, Papa Doc, Proxy Lily, Deb, Plex Blonde, Sagan, Mini Kyle, Boss Mustang, Dylan, Lord Fuzzy Nuts, Jumex, Floki Odison, and Slump. Thank you guys for the retweets, man.
He's literally just read out a really long list of everybody who's retweeted his tweet.
Also, no one is obligated to sign up to my Patreon, man. No one is.
I never said that anybody was obligated to sign up to his Patreon. I just thought it was unbelievable that he believed he had 96, aka $130 US worth of knowledge to give you every month about streaming.
Yeah, dude, like my wife takes her time all day, every day, retweeting your guys' posts.
His wife sits there and retweets a load of posts all day. Like he doesn't even look at what he's retweeting. Just like the team itself, with 1,000 people in it, there is no quality control. How robust of a team does that look like externally? The answer is it doesn't, because everyone outside thinks it looks cheap, unorganic, and false. Somebody's put, seriously, again, he has no idea what you do, and if he took the time to actually research, he would see just how genuine you are with all of this. The thing is, I am doing more research now, and if anything, it's even worse than I imagined. You bring these people in to boost your numbers under the guise of making friends. Yes, everybody wants to do well with numbers and be successful, but you shouldn't have to do it by dangling a carrot in front of them saying, I can help you get partnered. Let's take a look and see how many of these are actually streamers. Streamer, they're actually live now. Streamer. 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 Live streamer. It might be easier if I just try and find one that's not.
Yeah, guys, do you like the most recent TikToks?
Okay, I've literally spent like 10 minutes trying to find somebody who's not a streamer and I couldn't. I mean, geez, even some of the hover partners had some people that weren't streamers in their chat. Oh, wait, no, you were a hover partner as well. The only people that benefit from this are Crow, and then some of the early adopters who will be trying to do the same model of network stream teaming. For everybody else in this stream team, it's way too late, too saturated now. With nearly 1,000 people in the team, there's no way they can be big enough to encourage everybody else to come in and prop them up. And as the team gets more saturated, it gets harder and harder to the point where it crumbles because people do become jaded and they do realize that actually this isn't going to help them. So basically what that stream is about is shouting people out and sharing socials. I didn't see him talking about other people's streams in any great detail. I'm not saying he never does that. I didn't see him give out much advice on anything. I didn't see that many people talking to each other. So it seems that this stream is all about shout outs and being seen. Like that is the bulk of the content. And if you donate, you're more likely to get shouted out more. Take a minute to think about some of the bigger streamers you know, let's say 300-400 plus concurrents. Do you know any of them that have this kind of stream team? Do you know that any of them that have this type of stream? Because personally, I don't know of a single one. There is, of course, no magic formula for growth on Twitch, and content is subjective. So people can give you help with tech and basic advice, but beyond that, you're kind of on your own. I've said it before, there's some streams that I think are great with hardly any viewers. There's some streams that I think are trash that have loads and loads of viewers. There is no one single individual that can tell you exactly what's going to work for you. And the people that proclaim they can are taking advantage. I want to thank you guys so much for watching and supporting me with these YouTube videos. If you have the time, then please let me know what you thought, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.